The following is a rebroadcast of CW39 News at 9.
Severe storms are causing widespread flooding and damage in the area, especially up in New Caney, where several homes have lost rooftops and trees have been broken in half. You're watching Houston CW39 News at 9. Good evening, everybody. I'm Sherry Williams.
I'm Alan Himberger. Thanks for joining us on this stormy night. Our top story tonight, severe weather passing through the Houston area.
Yeah, it is flooding across our city, but some of the worst damage, as I just said, appears to be north in New Caney, where apparently a tornado touched down.
Here are some of the pictures of the damage in the New Caney area tonight. Still photos that we've got through the internet. The storm passed through the area about 5:30 this afternoon, knocking over trees, damaging homes. One tree landed on top of this home, as you can see, crushing the roof. There was also a tornado warning issued for the area. National Weather Service is calling it an unconfirmed tornado in New Caney. We have a crew on the scene, and we'll bring you more as we get it. Now, the weather also responsible for a house fire this evening in Bel Air. A woman home alone when lightning struck her attic just before 7 this evening. Bel Air fire crews had to call in help from the Houston Fire Department before getting the fire out. No one was hurt, but the house suffered major second-story and attic damage.
CW39's chief meteorologist Keith Monahan has been tracking the storms all evening, and in fact, he warned us about them last night, and he's here now to tell us what exactly hit us. Chief Keith.
Well, good evening, Sherry. Good evening, everybody. It was that strong area of low pressure out in West Texas. We took the radar back 24 hours and showed you that line of thunderstorms that moved through the northwestern counties very early this morning with some reports of damage. But by about 1 a.m., we began to see them weaken as they moved through the downtown Houston area, just some areas of showers and a couple embedded thunderstorms. We had a break during the day, and that was the big problem. We saw a little bit of sunshine, and that destabilized the atmosphere. And then we saw those thunderstorms once again redevelop from around the Sugar Land area and then form a pretty consistent line off to the northeast. Now, the heavy rainfall was confined to areas generally along 59 from just to the southwest of Sugar Land up toward Montgomery and Liberty counties, anywhere from 1 to 4 inches of rain being reported. And the good news is radar right now showing just a couple of showers and thunderstorms from Conroe off to the northeast, also in the eastern parts of Montgomery County just to the north of Spring, and thunderstorms exiting eastern Harris County. The tornado watch has been canceled. The threat of severe weather is over for tonight. The threat of widespread heavy rain is over for tonight, but an urban and small stream flood advisory is still in effect for Harris and Liberty counties until 10, and for eastern Montgomery County until 10:15. Well, now that the rain's over, it looks like summer will get into the forecast. We'll have all those details in just a couple minutes.
Okay, improving quite a bit tonight. Meantime, the same system moved through Dallas late last night and into this morning. It left parts of that city underwater, almost completely submerging some cars. Nearly 80-mile-an-hour winds reported in some parts of the Metroplex, damaging roofs and knocking down power lines. This afternoon, some Houston Centerpoint workers headed up to Dallas to help restore power to thousands of customers who were still in the dark.
In other news, Houston police have busted a major home construction site theft ring. They called it Operation 2x4. They say thieves would steal huge amounts of home building materials from job sites and resell them at illegal wholesale shops.
Somebody steals 100 windows. It takes organized crime to dispose of that.
It's raising the cost because we have to pay for evening security. We've had fences, and I've had fences over on other projects. And you come in and the fence is dismantled.
57 suspects have been arrested in the 15-month investigation. The ring even used homeless people to drive stolen vans.
Well, the man who used to sign the checks at Texas Southern University may soon be signing into prison. A Harris County jury says Quentin Wiggins is guilty of illegally spending the school's money. The CW's Dennis Spellman spent the day in the court. He joins us now with more on the verdict. Dennis?
Alan, the guilty verdict was returned this morning. Then this afternoon, jurors spent time listening to evidence in the punishment phase. Former Texas Southern University Chief Financial Officer Quentin Wiggins shows no reaction as the jury finds him guilty of allowing school funds to be spent on the private home of former TSU President Priscilla Slade. Wiggins was found guilty of one count of misapplication of fiduciary property over $200,000. His attorney plans an appeal.
There's numerous errors that was made that we're going to cite in reference to the appeal.
Wiggins faces life in prison, but his attorney will ask jurors to give him probation. To counter that, the prosecutor today made jurors aware of Wiggins' past criminal record, which includes not complying with probation requirements, 2 drunk driving convictions, and impersonating a peace officer. Wiggins' team says that's all behind their client.
This man has been a very productive citizen in this community and has done a lot of good for the people in this community, including Texas Southern University.
The sentencing phase is now underway, and prosecutors brought in former students who say they complained about mismanagement at the school, and Wiggins and others used hardball tactics to silence them, something the defense does not deny.
It's real easy to play hardball with those guys.
How so? What do you mean?
Very evasive, very outlandish, not real, well, I keep my comments to myself.
Now, the prosecution tells us they have 2 more witnesses to present tomorrow. Then the defense will begin its part of the phase, the punishment phase, presenting its witnesses. We do not know how many years that the prosecution would like to see Wiggins be confined to prison to. We may find that out tomorrow. We're live in the newsroom. Dennis Spellman, CW39 News.
A Houston robbery suspect in the hospital tonight after fleeing from police. Police tried to pull over the suspect about 3:30 in southeast Houston when he fled. A brief chase started, ending when the suspect's car spun out of control and crashed about 4 blocks down the street. Suspect is listed in serious condition tonight. A female passenger was also hurt.
Folks, last night we told you how students' personal information was exposed on a system-wide computer at Montgomery College. Well, that same kind of thing has happened again. This time, personal information from a doctor's office was dumped in a recycling bin in Bel Air. It really hit close to home for the woman who found it.
And then I looked at the letterhead and I'm like, oh, that's my OB-GYN office I go to. And I immediately thought about, you know, how this has happened before. And the job I have, I work with people's names and socials, and I shred stuff all the time. And when I saw that, it was just a red flag big time.
Now, she did not find any of her info in there. Her doctor's office is miles away. Who knows how all this got in that bin? We had no luck getting a comment from the doctor's office.
A bicycle taxi driver just outside of Minute Maid Park was hurt when she was hit by a van after last night's game. But despite her injuries, the woman is more concerned about the friend that she lost after the crash. The CW's Chris Sava with her story.
And the Astros, who had lost 9 of 10, are back in the win column.
It was cheers all around last night after the Astros picked up a win.
Mama's here, Selena!
But in front of an empty Minute Maid Park today, the sound isn't one of celebration.
Selena!
As Lisa Bartel looks for her 2.5-year-old dog named Selena.
I have a job where my dog goes to work with me every day. She sleeps right beside my bed every single day.
But last night, she wasn't there. C. Bartel was driving her cycle taxi after the game en route to picking up a customer. As always, her dog was riding in the basket when Bartel says a driver blew through a stop sign and crashed into her and her little dog.
She rolled about 3 times. She looked at me and went, row, row, row. And that's all I didn't see her again.
Her pain isn't in her arm where she had to get stitches, nor is it in her legs that are badly bruised and beat up from the crash.
My elbow went through the glass of their window.
Her pain is only heard
Selena!
while she walks around the ballpark looking for her partner, as so many people know.
We'll go over on that side.
Stuart Jones, just a biker passing by, heard the story, had to help.
We have an animal ourselves, and we know what it's like to have this happen. We didn't realize we'd run actually upon the lady.
Run upon a lady who just wants her dog back. Chris Sava, CW39 News.
If you have any information about the whereabouts of the little dog, you are asked to call the Houston Humane Society.
Well, by all accounts, he was the best-liked astronaut. One of the original 7, Walter Schirra, has died.
Last time she visited America, she came to Houston. This time, it's Virginia for Queen Elizabeth.
And the leader of Houston's school district wants a lot of money to fix them up, bring them into the 21st century.
CW39 presents Love Moments from LOL.
Your sex drive is diminished.
Oh my God, why?
Did that make my pants go, huh?
There's good naked and bad naked.
Yeah.
You're so sexy. Have you all had an AIDS test? Good morning. Where did that come from?
Love and laugh with LOL, 9:30 to bedtime on CW39.
Has a drunk driver injured you? Has a drunk driver caused you damages? I'm Rick McGuire, and I fight for money damages caused by drunk drivers. call me, 713-868-9411. Don't let a drunk driver ruin your life. 713-868-9411. My law firm can help make that drunk driver pay for your injuries and damages. 713-868-9411. 24-hour service, no voicemail, immediate response.
No matter how pampered the dog, no matter how strong, all dogs have one thing in common. They can all be infected by potentially deadly heartworm disease, but they can all easily be protected with HeartGuard Plus. It's the real beef chewable dogs love to take, so you can be confident your pet is protected. HeartGuard Plus is the #1 choice of vets and pets for safe, proven protection.
All dogs should be tested for heartworm infection before starting a preventive program. HeartGuard Plus is well tolerated. In rare cases, digestive and neurological side effects have been reported. For more information, contact your veterinarian. Now save up to $6 when you purchase HeartGuard Plus from your veterinarian. Call 1-866-4-NO-WORMS. That's 1-866-466-9676.
Ask your vet about HeartGuard Plus. Easy to give, protection to live.
Been through a lot of wet and rough weather today around the Houston area. Some of the worst reports have come from the New Caney area.
Exactly, and the weather is so bad north of here that we could not raise our mast on the live truck to get a live shot, but we do have reporter Elizabeth Lee on the phone from Humble. Elizabeth, what's the situation there?
Well, the residents here say something like a tornado came through New Caney and created a lot of damage. There were downed trees, damaging homes, especially roofs. Many homes are without electricity tonight because of power lines knocked over from the high winds. A tree limb hit one man in the head. He had to receive a few stitches, but that is the only reported injury from this storm. And cleanup efforts will continue tonight through tomorrow, especially for one woman and her family. A tree had fallen through her house.
The lights kind of dimmed a little bit, and I told the kids, I said, we're fixing to lose power. About that time the power went out, then all of a sudden it sounded like baseballs hitting the side of the trailer.
Now, the bad weather did not cause any damage to the schools in New Caney, so there will be classes as usual tomorrow. The National Weather Service will be coming out to New Caney tomorrow to assess the damage to confirm whether or not a tornado had in fact hit today. And there are also, of course, flooded streets throughout New Caney, and they're expected to drain tonight as the weather improves.
All right, Elizabeth Lee, great hustle on your part and the crew's part this evening. We thank you very much. Other news now, a day fit for a queen as the Commonwealth of Virginia celebrates the 400th anniversary of its founding at Jamestown.
The CW's Grant Rampey has more.
In soil for the first time in 16 years. It's been a half-century since her last visit to Old Virginia.
Americans don't have a queen, and don't have a royal family, and so it's probably not something that they can actually understand.
Simon and Karen Pittman, transplants from Britain, certainly get it, but they had never seen their queen before until today.
She's a bit of England here.
Hey, you saw the hat?
Yeah, we saw the hat. A very nice hat. We're proud of the British hat, although it's probably made in Italy.
The lucky few got a better view. In Richmond, they passed her flowers before she made her way in to speak to Virginia's General Assembly, making note of last month's shooting at Virginia Tech.
On behalf of the people of the United Kingdom, I extend my deepest sympathies at this time of such grief and sorrow.
Last time she came here, it was an all-white affair in a still segregated state. This visit, dramatically different.
My country has become a much more diverse society, just as the Commonwealth of Virginia and the whole United States of America have also undergone major social change.
You kind of look up to the Queen as a role model.
Her previous visits to Houston in 1991, to Kentucky in '84, and to Washington in 1976. They may as well be ancient history. This is the here and now.
She's still Her Majesty, the very regal lady that she's always been.
And it's not every day you get to be in the presence of a real live queen.
It's just like, it's a once in a lifetime chance. You never get to see her again. I mean, it's just awesome. Yeah. I mean,
Coming up tomorrow, the Queen makes a stop in Jamestown. It's on to the Kentucky Derby on Saturday, then over to Washington where her trip wraps up on Tuesday. In Williamsburg, Grant Rampy, CW39 News.
Sad news for the NASA family tonight. One of the original 7 Mercury astronauts has died. Wally Schirra passed away in California of a heart attack. He was the 5th American in space and the only person who flew on the Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo missions. Though he never walked on the moon, Schirra laid some of the groundwork that made lunar landings possible. Schirra retired from NASA and the Navy in 1969. He was 84 years old.
And Houston Superintendent Dr. Abe Saavedra wants $61 million to repair more than 100 schools in the district. He's asking the school board to approve up to $13 million to replace rooftops at 40 schools and more than $47 million to repair or replace air conditioning, heating, and ventilation systems at 101 schools.
This is critical because the average age of an HISD school is older than the Houston Astrodome. And so a lot of this equipment has run down for years, and we've never had the money set aside in order to fix it.
And the board will vote on the proposal next Thursday.
Oh my, what are we going to do now? The Gilmore girls are growing up and taking off, leaving town.
We still do have a few showers and thunderstorms in the area. We'll show you where those are and what's in store for the rest of the weekend in just a couple of minutes.
And it never seems to end. Now another expansion of the pet food recall. We'll have the details on it when we come back.
Save up to 80% by buying Factory Direct. The jewelry source imports diamonds direct and has the lowest margins of any major jeweler. 1-carat eternity circles are $349. 2-carat studs are $19.90. Half-carat journey pendants are $199. 2-carat journey bracelets $599. And 2-carat 3-stone rings and 18-carat are $19.90. The jewelry source has thousands of rings, pendants, bracelets, and earrings guaranteed to appraise for double. Buy Factory Direct and save. The jewelry source in Houston.
I'm attorney Steve Lee. For over 33 years, I've helped more than 30,000 people that have been injured in a car, truck, or industrial accident.
The insurance company tried to say that it was my fault. Went from one adjuster to another adjuster.
Today, you cannot trust insurance companies to treat you fairly.
I was getting a runaround with the insurance company, so I contacted Steve Lee.
Remember this, insurance companies are trying to avoid paying claims. We're here to fight for you.
This weekend at TLC, find hundreds of buy one, get one half off deals all over the store. A never-before-seen selection of great stuff for Mother's Day and every day. Truckloads of brand-name clothing and shoes sold at or below wholesale prices. Get Factory Direct deals on perfume and cologne, name-brand watches, and stunning jewelry for mom and for you. Huge clearance of electronics and computers for far less than the chain stores. This weekend only. I-45 North between West Road and Aldine Bender. Total Liquidation Center. The place to shop and save.
Still to come, thousands of fans have followed the Gilmore girls for the past 7 years, but how are they going to handle this news? That's next.
By calling acceptance, you could lower the cost of your car insurance.
Everything costs more these days, and with my
Paycheck, I have to get the best deal
I can on car insurance. I can't pay the whole thing at once.
So I need a payment plan, one that I can afford and one that
doesn't have a big down payment. All I need is car insurance that covers what I legally have to have.
Take 5 minutes and call acceptance. We'll show you how much we want your business.
Nice car. Not so nice scratch.
Wouldn't it be nice if removing ugly scratches from your car was this easy?
Now with new Finish Scratch Doctor, removing surface scratches is easy. In fact, independent laboratory tests have proven Scratch Doctor to be the best scratch remover available. Scratch Doctor with advanced microtechnology also removes paint scrapes, scuffs, haze, and swirl marks. So get Scratch Doctor.
#1 rated Scratch Doctor. Available at O'Reilly Auto, CVS Pharmacy, Dollar General, Target, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
And we're back on CW39 News at 9. Menu Foods is expanding a massive pet food recall to include all its products, whether or not they contain wheat gluten. More than 100 brands of pet food have been recalled since March after dogs and cats got sick and several died. Researchers discovered wheat gluten in the food was contaminated with a chemical called melamine. Today's all-inclusive recall covers pet foods that were manufactured during the period the gluten was used. That's because of the possibility that tainted products contaminated other foods.
Some Montgomery County students got a very rude awakening this morning. Their school assignment watching other students in a mock demonstration of deadly car accidents. It's all part of a program called Shattered Lives, which was created back in 1999. The goal of the program is to show students what can happen when people drink and drive. Today, more than 800 Caney Creek High School students participated.
Well, good evening, everybody. It certainly was a busy, very early morning and late afternoon and early evening here in southeast Texas. The good news is, as we mentioned earlier, the tornado watch has been canceled. The threat for severe weather has ended in southeast Texas, but we still do have a couple of thunderstorms. We're right now up in Montgomery County. You can see Conroe right in the center of your screen. We do have a thunderstorm moving across Lake Conroe right now. Other thunderstorms as well as showers and thunderstorms east of Conroe over to 59 in the Cleveland area and northeast along 59 up towards Shepherd. We have showers and thunderstorms continuing, although on the lighter side between Highway 90 around Liberty down to I-10 just to the east of the Houston area. Those thunderstorms go back into east central Harris County, and just a couple of light sprinkles in and around the immediate Houston area. All the precipitation, what remains of it, is moving off to the east and northeast at about 25 miles per hour, and it will continue to move out of the area as we head through the next hour or two. 83 degrees a high in Houston today, 65 the morning low, 83 and 63 are the averages. And at Bush Airport, about 2 1/3 inches of rain. Some places during the day today, especially along into the north of I-10 and north and east of Houston, picking up anywhere from 2 to as much as 5 inches of rain during those thunderstorms this afternoon. Right now it is cloudy, 69 degrees, dew points are in the upper 60s, humidity 93%. May see some patchy fog later on. The barometer is rising, winds are out of the east, southeast at 12 miles per hour. Well, there's a culprit for our severe weather very late last night as well as late this afternoon and early this evening. Area of low pressure moving across northeast Texas, and it continues to push off to the northeast, which is good news. It will move eastward into the mid-Mississippi River Valley as we head through the next couple of days, and a ridge of high pressure will develop over the central and southern plains, and that's going to keep us on the dry side as we head through the day tomorrow, I should say, as we head to the day on Saturday. But that low will be close enough during the day tomorrow as it exits to the northeast where we may see a shower or thunderstorm generally from Houston and off to the north and east. Don't expect any severe weather at this time. And as we head into Friday night and Saturday, it looks like very mild and muggy conditions will continue. Saturday probably up near 90 degrees. Now, we didn't have a cold front come through. We still are going to keep those winds off the Gulf of Mexico with high pressure in the eastern Gulf, so it's going to feel a lot like summertime this weekend. And again, with that high pressure right just about over us, it'll keep the storm systems all around us to the north as well as to the east. It looks like that'll stay in the forecast like that as we head through the next several days. Next chance of rain comes our way by Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday of next week. But for tonight, showers and thunderstorms will be ending, then look for decreasing clouds. Overnight lows in the upper 60s to low 70s. For tomorrow, look for a partly cloudy day at the coast. It'll be breezy, 82 in Galveston, 86 the expected high of Warden, 85 in Palacios. Along I-10 tomorrow, maybe a shower or thunderstorm from Houston into the northeast, 89 in Houston, 87 at Brenham, and a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms in late afternoon in the northeastern counties with high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. No flags are up in the waters for tomorrow, and the next 7 days we'll show a breather from the heavy rain. No severe weather is expected as we head through the weekend and into the start of next week. High temperatures in the upper 80s to low 90s. Those heat indices are going to feel a lot like summer. It's going to feel like it's 95 to 100. High dew points, high humidity means very, very muggy. Overnight lows as well. So again, severe weather threat over for tonight. May see some standing water for the next couple of hours, but the worst of it has moved to the east.
And here comes the mosquitoes.
That's right. They'll be on the way.
Thank you, Chief Keith. Right. Well, folks, this is personal for me because I have watched this show for years, but the CW's Gilmore Girls is being canceled after 7 seasons. Gilmore Girls stars Lauren Graham and Alexis Bledel. The final episode will air in less than 2 weeks on May 15th. Ratings are down this season after the show's creator, Amy Sherman Palladino, and her husband left after failing to get a new contract. Now, I predict they're going to go out with a double mother-daughter wedding for Lorelai and Rory. That's just my prediction. I predict the Astros are trying to make it 2 in a row over Cincinnati.
I think they sent Wandy Rodriguez to get the job done. We'll find out. Jorge with highlights. Great catch, Craig. Next.
Don't let an automobile accident cause you financial problems. I'm Rick McGuire. I'll get you the money that you deserve for your injuries and your damages. Call me, 713-868-9411. I'll fight the insurance companies for all the money that you're entitled to. 713-868-9411. Property damage, lost wages, medical problems. Protect your rights and get the money you deserve. Call 24 hours a day.
Show her she's your star. Diamond stars are $99 and $2.99. Quarter-carat studs are $79, half-carat $199, 2-carat $19.90, and May birthstone emerald rings are $59. Buy factory direct and save, the jewelry source in Houston.
Car insurance for $49 a month. That's what most drivers pay for liability coverage at Insurance Depot. $49 a month. Yes, just $49 a month. Call 730-DEPO now. When you need insurance, you need Insurance Depot.
When you need insurance, Insurance Depot. 730-DEPO. Insurance, call the Depot. 730-DEPO. Call us at the Depot. Insurance Depot.
Congratulations, Chief Keith, winner of the Emmy Award for Best Weathercast in Texas.
Up next, and the Rockets wrap it up tonight in Utah. They're going to try to do tonight what they haven't done in 10 years. Sports is next.
Want to know the best-kept secret to finding the perfect guy? It's called Tango. After calling Tango, I set up my membership, and I had messages in my mailbox from great local men. Tango also lets you talk confidentially, which put me at ease when I first came across Mark. I've never enjoyed talking with anyone that long. He might be the one, and we're about to finally meet. So don't just sit there. Call Tango now.
Call 713-595-1000.
Proverbs 31 describes our calling. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and needy. At Simmons & Fletcher, we take God's words seriously. If you've been injured and need help, call Simmons & Fletcher, Christian trial lawyers at 1-800-DESERVE. Because it's not greed to get what the law says you deserve.
Do you need a job or a better job? Do you need to make more money? Do you want a better career opportunity for yourself? Then call Ameritech Staffing. Ameritech Staffing works with Houston's top companies who need good employees. We are currently recruiting in these high-paying fields: industrial, clerical, and professional. It's a free service to you, so there is no cost. Call today, 713-896-9956. Ameritech Staffing. We're putting America to work.
With a win tonight over the Jazz, the Rockets will advance to the second round of the playoffs for the first time in 10 years. However, Houston has only 2 wins in their last 22 games in Salt Lake City. They would love to get number 3 tonight. Tracy McGrady, 16 first-half points, 2 here in the first quarter to give Houston a 20-18 lead. Second quarter, Rockets up 35-33. Mehmet Okur with a pump fake, and then he takes exception to the hard foul by Juwan Howard. Comes after Howard, and it's Howard that gets whistled for the technical, and he can't believe it. Yao Ming puts the Rockets back in front by 2 with the slam. And then the second half, Utah starting to pull away. Mehmet Okur for 3. That gives the Jazz an 11-point lead. This one now in the fourth. Jazz up 83-78 over the Rockets. Game 7 will be at Toyota Center if the Jazz hold on to win tonight. That game either at 6 p.m. or at 8:30, depending on the Mavs-Warriors series. Roy Oswalt got the Astros back in the win column last night. Tonight, Wandy Rodriguez takes the hill in search of his first win of the season as the Astros close out their series with the Reds. Rodriguez facing Ken Griffey Jr. in the first inning, and for the second time this series and third time this season, Griffey takes a trot around the bases, solo shot to right field. Astros would answer. Bottom of the first, Carlos Lee, bases loaded, singles to right, scores Craig Biggio and Morgan Ensberg. 2-1 Houston. Still in the first, Hunter Pence an RBI single. That makes it 3-1 Houston. Chad Qualls has given up 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Reds now lead this one 5-4 over Houston in the 8th. Before tonight's game, the Astros host some of the Texans for a little home run derby. This has become an annual tradition between the two teams. Defending champ Chris Brown and backup quarterback Sage Rosenfels each hit 2 out and will have to share bragging rights. Rosenfels believes he definitely did not miss his calling.
Football is definitely my better sport, but I definitely enjoy playing baseball. I was fairly good at it, I guess. It's a great game. People in Iowa love it, and I really enjoyed growing up.
Now, 5 days ago, the Texans selected Amobi Okoye with their first pick in the NFL draft, and Rosenfels was not disappointed or surprised the Texans didn't get a player on offense.
I thought we had a great draft. I think what Coach Kubiak is trying to do is help the football team and add good players. And I think they felt that this kid I've gotten the first round as the best guy that could help our football team. And I've been around some really good defenses in Miami for 4 years, and I definitely know that defenses definitely do win championships.
Clemens playing in a golf tournament today in Austin, and it sure sounds a lot like the Rocket could be closer to returning to baseball for his 23rd Major League season.
Before I can make any decision, I've got to disappear for a couple weeks and really see that I can get my legs under me. I'm in decent shape. I don't think that I'm in pitching shape where I need to be, what I expect myself to be in. So the next 2 weeks will tell a lot on if I'm able to do it again.
And here's some food for thought. Roger Clemens made his Major League debut May 15th, 1984. The Astros host Barry Bonds and the Giants May 15th, 2007.
So you're thinking he could come back to the Astros?
Could be a good day for Roger to come back.
Could be.
To the Astros.
Could go to Boston or New York, too.
No, to the Astros.
Let's bring him back.
Thank you, Ray.
Thanks for joining us. I hope to bring you back tomorrow night at 9.
And Chief Keith says bad weather is ending. Good night, friends and neighbors.
I live with a legend, live with an iconic figure.